Okay, this is gonna be a prediction video of the Canelo and Smith. Now, before I say what I think will happen, or the possibilities of events that can happen in the ring, I will just break down Liam Smith a bit more, because I think a lot of people don't know who Liam Smith is, even in the UK, even here in the UK. Liam Smith is a pretty good fighter. He's a world champion. Now, I know a lot of people can be world champions, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're good. But I think Liam Smith is a good fighter. He's taller than Canelo. He has speed, not Amir Khan's speed, because keep in mind, the reason why I'm comparing Amir Khan is because that's his last opponent. Not Amir Khan's speed, nothing like that, but he has good speed. Liam Smith he's stronger, he has pretty good power, he's strong physically, he's very strong. He's a come forward pressure fighter, but he applies good pressure, smart pressure. He doesn't throw too many punches. A lot of punches are inaccurate. Not saying that he's very accurate, but he's relatively accurate. He's got good timing. He goes to the body, then he goes to the head. Sometimes he can be a bit deceptive with the punches. He can fight. Smith can fight. What else? I think there's some other attributes that I'm really missing. Oh yeah, I think he's able to take a good shot, but then again, he hasn't fought the type of opposition, so that's a hard one to tell whether he can take a good shot or not. Smith obviously comes from a boxing family. He goes to the gym, the Amir Khan's gym, so I'm fairly sure he has a lot of experience in watching and sparring a lot of different fighters and a lot of different styles of fighters, that is. So, does he have the capability to give Canelo a tough fight? I think he does. Because one thing that can cause Canelo a lot of problems is the ability to outpoint. If your opponent is very good at outpointing people, like Amir Khan is very good at outpointing people, scoring more rounds over his opponents. And he was doing that in the Canelo fight, or at least in my opinion, for most of the rounds before the knockout. There's many other fighters like that. Manny Pacquiao could be one. But, a high work rate gives you the advantage of, well, not always, but gives you the advantage of outworking and outpointing your opponent. Sometimes, if the opponent makes you miss a punch, makes a lot of punches, that's a different story. But I think Liam Smith has the ability to outwork him. He's a come forward fighter. He's a good pressure fighter. As I said, he's smart with his pressure. He's strong. He's not defensively too bad. He does hold his head up high. He does hold his guard up, and also he has decent head. He has some head movement too. So I think he can definitely make it a good fight. It be a competitive fight. He make many rounds competitive, in my opinion. I think he has the capability of doing that. Can he pull off the win? Potentially, yes, he can pull off the win. He's strong enough. I don't think he's easy to knock out like Amir Khan. Not saying that Amir Khan is because I don't think Khan has that bad of a chin like some people say he is, but he has. But he's a welterweight, man. And Liam Smith is taller than Canelo. That's one of his advantages. He, as I said, has a higher work rate. Another of his advantages. And Liam Smith, he's a good all-rounded fighter. He has a lot of positive, good attributes, which I'm not saying that Canelo doesn't have, but he might be surprised with. However, and this is a big however, there are significant things that I've noticed that makes me side with Canelo in this fight. Well, I'm rooting for Liam Smith to win. I'm from the UK. He's from the UK. I want him to win, but I think Canelo's going to pull it off, and there's a few reasons why. First of all, Canelo, everything that Smith is good at, almost everything that Smith is good at, Canelo is better at that. Smith does have a better work rate, consistent work rate than Alvarez, and yeah, so he's that, and Smith is a bit of a come forward fighter. Canelo's not that, but other than that, Smith throws hard punches, Canelo throws harder punches. Smith goes to the body, Canelo goes to the body harder, faster. Smith has a decent defense. Canelo has a way better defense, and I'll get to this defense in a little bit later. Smith does have better footwork, in my opinion, in terms of like he moves more. I'm not sure if it's smarter footwork. It could be, but let's give the footwork to Smith. Canelo has the power advantage, the reach advantage. They both boxer punches with the counter punches. Smith has good timing. Canelo has one of the best timings in boxing right now. So almost everything that Smith does well, Canelo does better at. And another thing is, there's a few other things. Experience. Canelo has a lot more experience and on a higher level. The names that he fought, whether he won or lost, is still experience. Floyd Mayweather Jr., Erislandy Lara, Alfredo Angulo. Who else? James Kirkland. I can't remember the fight. I mean, he still fought Amir Khan, which you could be saying that it's a cherry pick, but it's a tricky style to figure out, and it challenges your speed, it challenges your reflex, it challenges your ability to think quick. Amir Khan's a fast fighter, yeah. Once you crack him on the chin, you being that big of a guy, and Khan being a welterweight, yeah, you can knock him out. But to get to his chin is not as easy as it seems. I think Canelo has to break him down. He's strategical. Liam Smith seems to make adjustments too. I think a little bit of an adjustment, but Canelo has made adjustments on a world level, knocking out and dropping guys on the world scale. And he improves every fight. There's always some gradual improvement every fight. So Canelo, I think, has the edge, a big edge over Smith. Canelo's severely underrated, in my opinion. I personally think Canelo, there's a lot of attributes of Canelo that's underlooked. His defense, as I said, I'll get back into it. I'm getting back onto it now. Liam Smith was asked about some of Canelo's strengths, and I can't remember exactly what he mentioned. I think he mentioned power and his punch variation or punch combination, things like that. And yeah, Canelo does have some great punch combinations. But one thing he said as Canelo's weakness, or he thinks that Canelo's weakness, one of his weaknesses is defense. Man, if he really thinks that, he needs to really change his mind in the beginning of the fight, because he will be in for a big surprise. That can surprise him. Canelo's defense will shock him. It didn't shock Floyd, but it will shock everyone else. Canelo's defense is underrated. If Smith thinks that he might just go in there, throw a few punches, Canelo will lean back, counter with like right hand counter or some uppercut. It will take him out, because Canelo's punches has an element of surprise that some other fighters that he's compared to don't have that. Like Triple G doesn't have that type of element of surprise that Canelo does. Canelo's punches come out quick, real fast. You just don't see it coming sometimes. Not saying that Triple G hasn't done that before, but I think Canelo does more of it. Like, you just don't see it coming. It's quick. He fakes a right and then he comes with the uppercut. I've seen that often. He fakes a jab and then he comes with a big right. He did that against Amir Khan, against Kirkland, I believe he done that against. So yeah, Canelo severely underrated, and I think he will win the fight. Now it depends how he wins the fight. Depends on both of the fighters. I think Canelo's going to come in shape and whatnot, but it really depends, in my opinion, on Liam Smith. If he comes forward, and this is one of the other reasons I think Liam Smith will get he'll get beat, because he comes with a very high guard, a European high guard, and that leaves his body exposed. Canelo's a hard body puncher, hard, fast body shots will break him down. So as I was saying, if Smith just come forward, thinks he's just going to pressure him, whatnot, Canelo will knock him out. I don't care anyone. If Triple G did that, he'll get knocked out as well. But if he decides to come forward, but in a smart way, give him a little bit of angles, maybe have good head movement, jab a lot, establish that jab, but be aware of that Canelo's right hand counters for those jabs, and pressure smart, have a good guard, make sure protect that body somehow. He will have a lot of success, and you never know in boxing, he could just pull it off. But I think it really depends on Smith. Eventually, I think he will get caught to the body, because no matter how you want to fight in that ring, how you're used to fighting for most of your career is how you're going to fight once things get tough. Like, Liam Smith might try to protect his body and whatnot during Canelo's body shots, but eventually when he gets tired, he's going to hold his hand up high, like he's used to, and he's going to get caught to the body. It's going to tire him out. Canelo has amazing feints, and he will make a mistake. He could make a mistake. I personally think what's more likely to happen is Canelo's going to break him down, body shots, feint, maybe, because you see how Canelo threw punches to the body against Amir Khan, and then suddenly came out with a punch to the head. He's very good at feints, very good at like setting you up. I think he'll break Smith down, body shots. It will be a late stoppage, or he might even go down. We've never seen Smith go down, but shit, he hasn't fought the type of he's never fought a Canelo. No one that he fought is anything like Canelo. So I think Canelo breaks him down around round 10. So it's a 10th round stoppage I'm predicting. But Liam Smith can put on a good fight. However, if he fights like he normally does, and if he thinks his defense is like, if Canelo's defense is quite shit, he will get knocked out within 6th round or before. Or like within 6th round or before, because some people might say, wait, Amir Khan, like, Canelo took 6th round to knock out Amir Khan, so it will take him longer to knock out Smith, given that he knocks him out. No, man. Not necessarily. It's your strategy. Yeah, Khan, you catch him with one shot, he's going down from Canelo. But Smith, it will be a lot easier to catch him with one shot than Khan, because Khan has the movement, the speed, the footwork, and the experience as well. He's able to keep opponents at long range. Smith don't really have that, but he has other attributes. He really has to stick to them. He has to work the body. He has to sometimes work the head. He has to feint, and he has to be wary of what Canelo's gonna do. Really establish the jab, a hard, strong jab. So yeah, good luck to Smith, but I think Canelo's gonna pull it off. I'm out.